So tonight we are going to be talking about the goddess Hecate. If one were to ask who the most popular goddess in the broad spectrum of modern paganism was, Hecate would certainly be a prominent contender. There are as many different conceptions of the goddess Hecate as there are worshippers. Hecate is a goddess of magic, wisdom, the night, ghosts, and the underworld. She is a diverse goddess with many functions. Like Hermes, she is also a boundary goddess. She is the goddess of the crossroads, where ancient magic typically took place in the cover of the night. When looking from three directions, she can see the past, present, and future. Hecate is a fierce and independent goddess, wild and free. She can also be very harsh at times, but never without reason. She teaches us some hard lessons and necessary lessons, that everything that is broken, lost, or discarded belongs to her. She takes broken souls to her and forges them into something stronger, something better. She demands strength. She demands sacrifice. If you live up to her expectation, the rewards are beyond imagination. If you are tested by the goddess Hecate, you will emerge stronger, more confident, trusting in your own strengths and intuition. You will have steel in your soul, and Hecate will sit back and nod approvingly while you take on the world completely on your own terms.
I am aware of the shadows. The night is in my veins. I roam as I please, the keys in my hand. All show me reverence, all cross my path. Crossroads, the torches, all who are born. I am the council. My own decisions are told. I rule the skies, the seas, and the earth. Yet the deathlands are where I call home. I am the grantor of magic, the queen of the ghosts. Necromancers invoke me. With the witches, I am at home. Black dog and polecat, my faithful companions. With them at my side, I rule my dominions. Blind to nothing, I know all. By my graces, all mortals, good fortune shall know. Goddess and Titan, that is my blood. All paths have I taken, all roads I have trod, for I am Hecate of the crossroads and the three ways. Night going one, protectress of dogs, unconquerable queen, goddess of the underworld, the heavens, and the seas.
There are many tales and much information about the goddess Hecate. Tonight, we will honor her, share one of her stories, and we will gather in meditation to meet her. They call you Noctis Filia, daughter of the night, and indeed, in darkness you are at home. Yet into darkness you are bearing light, and your torch illuminates the way.
They call you Trioditis, Lady of the Crossroads, and on crossroads we do often meet. Yet not on roads of stone and grass are you found, but in the twisted alleys of our own lives.
They call you Kleidochos, who bears the world's three keys, and you reign in heaven, earth, and sea. You are the one who sees into all hidden secrets, dark and light. We call you Hecate, from soul and heart, key bearer, daughter of the night.
Hecate, this name we call you, you who are older than names. We visit you in your deep places, in the blood and bone of the primal surging earth and waters, the brilliance of a star veiled in darkness, and then once more robed in light. You are the maiden mother and know our needs and our not needs, which are stripped away in the craggy rebirth of rock and bloody tears. You are the many-layered apple seed that dwells within, and the warm light without, containing also all the darkness. It needs to grow into the tree of knowledge. With your torch, you guide us. With your key, you give us the power to choose, to unlock, or to simply bear the symbol of a path that is walked towards the gate unopened. The third hand cuts away with sharpened knife all that holds us back. We are left undone, unmade, unfinished. With the knowledge of incompleteness, we are given choice. We are given voice. And with the voice of choice, we are given power. Horse hooves lead us on a path of movement, true and strong. Serpentine stealth may teach us into hidden ways and hidden places and secret knowledge. Dog, wolf protector, ever loyal and full of instinct, not to be betrayed, you give us choice. And in the storm-filled darkness, you light the path. Great goddess, dark mother, shining Hecate. I am Hecate, queen of the witches, sorceress, psychic, goddess of the crossroads. I ride through the night sky, bathing the landscape in supernatural light. I am the guardian of the unconscious, mistress of the night, holder of the keys. I am Hecate. I command the earth, sea, and sky. I control the lunar cycle. I am the goddess of life and birth. I am the ultimate feminine. I am a force to be contended with. I am she who loves and she who cuts you down, fierce and wild. I am she who is at the beginning of time and at the end of all time. Now, listen to my story.
I am Hecate. I am an ancient Titan goddess, and I was able to maintain my control even after the fall of the Titans to the Olympian gods. Zeus honored me and above all others, and allowed me a share in power over the earth, air, and sky, a power I already had. He did not dare to try and take those powers from me, for he knew my power was as great as his, if not better. I am first and foremost a goddess of change. I am the child of the two firstborn, the beings who are the foundation of all creation. My father is Erebus, the god of darkness, and my mother is Nyx, the goddess of night. I have had several children, of which Scylla, a supernatural female creature with 12 feet and 6 heads on long, snaky necks, each head having a triple row of shark-like teeth. I am also the mother of Ampusa, a vampiric demigoddess. I am the patron of midwives, witches, healers, herbalists, dog lovers, leaders, warriors, those who ride horses, and women in general. Come to me, and you will hear the call of my owl who sits upon my shoulder. Favor me with belladonna, chamomile, lavender, mint, or wolfsbane. At the full moon, leave me an offering of honey, roasted meat, or red wine. Do not return for your goblets or dishes, for those too I take as mine. I am the patron of the common people and all who are oppressed. I can grant great power, No path is closed to my followers. Through me, all places are reachable. I am the patron of all women who refuse to submit to the rule of others and to fight for their own personal power.
I am Hecate, queen of the witches. I am the goddess of the crossroads, standing firm with my hounds. I can divine past, present, and future. I am the protector of solitary witches and covens as well. I am Hecate of the Amazons. You will meet me in my chariot pulled by my dragons. As the holder of the key, I move freely between the worlds and can guide you in and out of the darkness of intuition and self-knowledge. You will see me holding 3 torches, a rope, a dagger, and of course, my key. With the key, I unlock the Akashic records. The mysteries of life and the universe are mine. With the rope, you are tied to me by your umbilical cord. And lastly, with my dagger, I cut through illusion to true power. I am the dark mother in both the positive and negative sense. But those that dare to come to me will receive inspiration. With the rise of Christianity, I was quickly demonized. It was said I asked for sacrifices of human blood. Ridiculous. I am the best friend you can have in times of difficult transitions. I will send you dreams and visions to help you on your way. But make no mistake, I make my followers work for what they get. The rewards, however, will always be great. Take heed, for you may not always achieve your desires in the way that you expect. I am a dark goddess, but I am fair. It may be a trial by fire. However, I promise you, you will come out the other side intact and with your desires addressed. And speaking of desires, I have had many lovers, Porkies, Hermes, Jason, and more. And oh, Triton, especially Triton.
I am Hecate. I have the power to grant your inner illumination of consciousness, the learning to roll with the punches and how to come back to better things is the deep wisdom that can only be taught by me, the Dark Mother. I am Hecate. All aspects of the maiden, mother, and crone blend within me. I am the greatest of teachers and initiators. I am justice, especially when the system has failed. I am she who provides protection from spiritual forces. The power to break curses and psychic attacks is mine. I will lead you into the entrance of the labyrinth web. I will teach you to face the cycle of life and death. I have the power to show you past lives, mistakes, victories, and the talents gained. Only when you can accept and understand, at least in part, will I show you the most sacred of the holy mysteries, that the labyrinth does not end, but continues back into life, a never-ending cycle of existence. I am Hecate. I have the power to open the gateways for the spirits themselves. I have the power over death. There are many layers of consciousness between life and death, and even many layers between the death of the body and the final passing of the spirit. In these realms and states, which are neither life nor death, my power reigns supreme.
am Hecate, a bowl of water, the sea in miniature, a small rock, a piece of earth, smoke of incense tracing the sky. These are my realms. Crossroads are not always paths or roads. There you will find me.
I am Hecate, a play yard puddle, a sea cliff, a river bridge. These are subtle yet still crossroads. There you will find me.
I am Hecate. Birth, puberty, death, more crossroads, internal and personal. Wherever there is change, where there is transition, there I will always be found, for I am Hecate. And now we will take that journey where each of you will have the opportunity to personally meet the goddess Hecate and have an interaction with her. So everyone, take a deep breath and relax. Close your eyes. Let go of any stress you may feel in your body. And we will begin. You find yourself on a lonely country road. In your hands, you carry a heavy knapsack. It is very dark, and the night sky is filled with stars. It's the night of the dark moon. You sigh, put on your knapsack, and begin to walk down the road. The knapsack is very heavy tonight, and you have a long, long way to go. As you walk, you become aware of the night sounds. You can hear a hoarse creaking sound in the ditch beside the road. Soon you hear more croaking and creaking as the frogs fill the night with their chorus. Suddenly, the frogs stop singing, and silence envelops you as you trudge wearily down the road. The pack on your back feels even heavier than it did when you first put it on. The night is lonely and cold. The road barely visible in front of you. If it wasn't for the starlight, it would be total blackness. You feel a breeze overhead and look up to see a huge barn owl pass over you, hunting for rabbits or mice that venture too close to the road. As you walk ahead, the trees growing on either side of the road seem to be reaching out towards each other, causing the road to become narrower and darker. The branches are snagging your pack, your clothing, and your hair as you walk. You slap angrily at the branches and notice that the trees are willows. The pack seems to be getting heavier and heavier with each step you take. The road itself becomes narrower and narrower, the trees coming closer and closer. In the distance, A dog begins to howl. As you continue to trudge down the road, you hear the dog again, and it seems closer this time. The straps of your pack are digging into your shoulders, and your legs are getting tired. You have a very long way to go before you may rest. You must keep walking. You must carry your pack until the end. You shrug your shoulders, put your head down, and continue on. The dog howls again, and this time you know it is near. The hair on the back of your neck stands up in fear. You raise your head and see that you have come to a crossroad. There is an old woman standing there, and in front of her is a coffin. The woman is chanting and inscribing runes on the coffin lid. She does not look up from her work, but you realize that she knows you are there. Her hair is wild and black, streaked with gray. Her face shows the lines of one who has lived long and seen much. She wears a black robe with the hood pulled up. Beside her are 3 large black dogs, silently watching you. The woman continues to chant, but you are unable to understand the words that she speaks. Curious, you move closer to her, but she does not look up. You become aware of the scent of yew and cypress in the air. You move closer and closer until you are right beside the coffin. You put your pack on the ground and peer at the coffin and the runes that the woman is drawing upon it. You look up at the old woman. She stops her work and looks you straight in the eyes. Wisdom and knowledge of the ages are reflected in her eyes. You want to look away, but you are held by her gaze. You feel as if she is judging you and your worth. You feel as if she can see into your very soul. Satisfied with what she has found, she nods and begins to draw another rune. She begins to chant again and then suddenly stops. She looks up at you and says, "Do you know what this is?" Her voice strong but soft, as if she were speaking to a child. "I am called Hecate, and this is the burning coffin." She lets you think about this for a moment or two before she continues. You carry something you no longer need. A burden that is keeping you from fully experiencing life. I give you an opportunity to let go of it, to surrender it if you can, and let it die. You may place it in the coffin, close the lid, and burn it. You may release your burden in this way. The burning coffin is a very useful tool, she tells you with a chuckle in her voice. She continues to draw runes on the coffin lid. Do you have a weight? Something that is no longer useful? She says. Something that you have been unable to let go of? Anger, fear, perhaps regret, jealousy, grief, or sorrow? You have been carrying it for a long time, she says. It is with you even now, in that heavy pack beside you. Do you have something you would like to surrender to the burning coffin? You pick up your knapsack. It feels even heavier than before. It is hard to lift. You open it and peer inside. You find that there are 3 heavy boulders inside your sack. Each boulder has a word chiseled into it, words that only you can see. Everyone has a stone chiseled with the word anger, and an additional stone with the word fear, and yet an additional stone with the word regret. You pick up the boulder marked anger and look at it. What anger are you holding on to that you need to let go of? And are you ready to let go of? She looks at you and says, you are ready. Drop that boulder into the coffin. You reach into the pack and pick up the boulder marked fear. What fear is holding you back from being the person you wish to be, she says. Her eyes are burning into you as you drop that boulder into the burning coffin, and it lands precisely beside the first boulder. You take a deep breath, go back in your pack, and take out the boulder marked regret. What regret can you let go of tonight, she says, so that you may enjoy your life in the present? You are ready, she says, and you drop that boulder into the burning coffin. There are still other boulders in your sack. Only you know what those stones say. Pick up those stones, examine them, and when you are ready, release them into the burning coffin. As you drop each of those stones into the coffin, it lands with a satisfying thunk. The moment the last boulder lands in the coffin, mists and fogs begin to form within the coffin. They begin to swirl widdershins, and as they swirl, they begin to pulse with yellow light. Faster and faster, the mist revolves around the boulders, turning orange, then red. Hecate steps forward and extends her arms over the coffin, and it bursts into flames. You step back, expecting the heat to singe your clothing, and Hecate laughs. The fire of transformation will not harm you, my child. You watch, fascinated, as the coffin and rocks disintegrate, collapsing into a heap of gray ashes. Then all is quiet. Hecate brings forth a knife and gently prods something out of the ashes. She pushes it towards you and tells you, pick it up. Look carefully at the gift Hecate has given you. As you study it, you realize that it's just what you need to continue on down the road. You pick up your pack and put the gift inside. Your pack is so much lighter now. You thank Hecate for her gift, and you offer her a gift in return. Stay a moment and speak with her. She will tell you some truths. Truths that are only for you. Hecate steps aside and gestures to the road. It is time for you to go, she says. Put on your backpack and resume your journey. Behind you, the frogs take up their singing again. Ahead, you see the light of dawn. Your pack is light, and your heart is bursting with joy. You arrive at your destination. Less burdens on your plate. Ready to face life. When you have fully returned, you may open your eyes and join us.